Rolling.
Rolling, 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 rolling.
Will, could you give us a hand clap, could you please?
What a month it's been.
Jumping squad, Tiki Boss!
One of the main reasons I started the school here in New Zealand was because when I went through the New Japan system and dojo, I realized how much of the discipline that I learned. And I realized if I had that same discipline when I was playing rugby, I would have gone further. So one of the reasons why I brought the school or the dojo back to New Zealand was because I thought the type of discipline we teach at New Japan would help a lot of these kids in New Zealand. I understand this is probably one of the toughest things they've ever done in their lives. A lot of them have never done this type of training before. And, you know, I said before, life is hard. But New Japan Pro Wrestling training is harder. The way the Japanese punish or teach them lessons is to make them train harder. And I think in the last 3 weeks, they've done, I think, over 10,000 squats. When I was training, a lot of the senpais would always say to me, you know, I'm not doing this to hurt you, I'm doing this to help you, which is very true. This is probably the best way you could train your mind and your body.
Mum's like, oh, like, so, like, what's the wrestling like? And, like, you know, Mum's like, oh, you get hurt. But, like I tell her, like, I'll be the one hurting people. Like, I won't be getting hurt. Like, just not what I'm about, you know? Like, no one can hurt me, you know? I just showed her, like, videos of people getting put through tables and through ladders, just, like, winding her up a little bit, because, you know, you gotta. Hey, my name's Will Averill. I'm 28 years old, and I'm originally from Hawke's Bay, New Zealand. 3-month intake, it's not a walk in the park. We're all working towards the same goal. I mean, and obviously they're not going to pick everyone, but, like, the way I see it, like, wrestling, it's teamwork. Fale-san, Mark-san, Tony-san, Tangi-san, they keep pushing that, like, on us, like, work as a team, work as a team, work as a team.
There are a couple of guys who I see that has potential, but if New Japan saw these guys now, they would say, what the fuck are you doing over there? Everybody is just going through the motions. I'm walking here, I don't hear anything. What the fuck does this say? Who wants this? Fuck is yours! The lack of enthusiasm is missing. When I went through it, you wanted to do stuff. If somebody told me, do 1,000 squats, I go, hell yeah, okay, thank you very much. Over here, you tell them to do something and they question it. Why? You just fucking do it. Okay, grab some water. You guys know how disgusting it is to walk into a toilet and there's shit everywhere? Does that bother you at all? It does or it doesn't? Because I walked in there last night, there was shit all over it. I know it's one of you guys. That's the one thing I keep saying. Keep those toilets clean and you guys, fuck. If you want to piss me off, that's how you do it. I don't want to, if I see that again, fuck. Fuck, don't push me.
Tell my mates outside the dojo about it and they don't get it. They're like, is this a cult? Like, because it's just like, it's a completely different world. Like, we've curfews, like we all live together, we train together, we eat together. People ask me about it and I just have to tell them it's a different world.
Wider, come out wider. Come out this way wider.
Drive.
It's amazing, it's interesting and it's crazy at times and I love it, but it's a completely different world.
Wanting to shoot away from his body to the straight or trying to shoot him?
So my style of professional wrestling, it's something hard-hitting, action. It's what I bring to the table, bringing in hard, bringing it in fast, bit of like secret recipe, bit of spice, bit of zest, but I come in hard, like powerful, real powerful. To be completely honest, while I love training, some of the exercises I do find hard. I played rugby years and years ago, but I don't have a particular athletic background apart from a bit of kung fu fighting, street fighting back in the day.
Yeah, nice. Do it again. Do not lose, Will. Do not lose. Don't give him your back. Don't give him your back.
Do not let him be.
Hands.
My fitness, my cardio, my endurance and flexibility, like compared to some of the other guys here, it's not up to their standards. So, and I'm having to like put in extra work to try catch up, and years of smoking and drinking and not looking after my body as well probably hasn't helped as well. But just those small wins that you do have when I'm getting fitter, I'm getting stronger, I'm getting faster, that make training so worth it.
Fully extended. You're right. Yes!
In Japan, you could literally go and fall asleep in a public toilet because it's so clean. So the manners and the way you look after yourselves has to show by where you're living. At the New Japan Dojo, everything has to be spotless. If I walk into your house and your toilet's fucking disgusting, that means you're disgusting. If people are coming into this dojo and they walk away talking shit about your toilets, that means you guys ain't even disciplined. You guys are not doing what you're supposed to do. So what happened today, we had training, the boys did their cleaning and they left. I went over to the bathrooms and lo and behold, somebody didn't flush the fucking toilets. I took photos of the fucking thing and sent it to them. I said, if you're gonna leave this shit for me to see, I'm gonna share the fucking thing with all of you. I hope you enjoy that shit. And I told them tomorrow, we're gonna have some fun tomorrow. We're gonna go and do my favorite workout. Okay? Dress up. We're gonna head to Mangry Mountain. Okay, you got your course. Does it start? Go around there, go down that track down there. All the way to the top. Give me 20.
Hey!
Let's go. I don't care how long it'll take you, do it. Yep. We'll see somebody roll soon. We are at Mangry Bridge, and this is called Mangry Mountain. This is one of my favorite places to be, energy-wise. The visual, throughout the years, 20 years since I've been in Japan, Every time I come back, I come over here and I notice a lot more people coming up here, especially a lot of the athletes. I've met some Olympians up here doing training, met some rugby players up here doing training, and a lot of fighters. When I first came here, I thought it was an easy track, but I quickly realized how tough these tracks are. And these guys had the same reaction when we turned up. You know, they looked out here and they were laughing. They thought it was gonna be an easy day of training, but, you know, after their first lap, you could see on their faces and the way they're running that it's not easy. Sorry, Eli. Just keep going. Don't wait for anybody else. That's one. The guy that has shown me potential so far is T. He's not complaining about anything. He does everything that he's told. Even though he's the least experienced, he's not a wrestling guy, but he's louder than everybody else. So just that puts him above everybody else. Of course, he's rushing into everything, but that's what I like to see. He wants to do it. Good work, T. That's two. Be careful on your way down.
Hi, hi.
You're a bad man, Eli.
Filthy bad.
Oh.
Firing his ass to Jen.
Oh, shit. That's two, Dan. You still want that tire?
Yeah, I'll carry it up and up.
Oh. Dan has the enthusiasm, but sometimes he just doesn't listen. He's the youngest here and probably the fittest, but sometimes I don't know if he wants to wrestling as a career or he just wants to have fun. He's got everything, but he still needs to grow up. With Jake, we sent him to Japan. After his stint in Japan, I got feedback that he didn't have it. And I understood exactly why. The attitude needs adjusting. I see him returning and trying to take over all the roles. If you want to get to Japan, you got to follow the system. And I understand it doesn't matter if you're a senpai or kohai. This here has to be the Japanese system. I know it's hard for these kids. For him to come back and do it again with us, that tells me a lot. That means he wants it. So, Jake, keep going.
Hi.
Be careful on your way down.
Hi.
Eli's a professional fighter. He's mentally built for this. So all the physical stuff we throw at him, he can handle, but he needs a ton of work inside the ring. Right now, he's too quiet. But I'm confident we can get him to express more when it counts.
He knows care.
Hey?
Look at stuff.
Just waiting for the tire. This is the warm-up. We're doing the tire after this. AV is another one we sent to Japan and came back. He's got great positive energy, but he knows the things that he needs to work on. The fact that he moved to New Zealand from Australia shows how much he wants to go back to New Japan. Rich has such a strong presence in the ring, but like some island boys, it's the diet, it's the discipline. If he focuses on his fitness more, I know he will get there. But he needs to make that decision. He needs to take ownership of that. Let's go, Rich. Keep going. If you're hurting, take your time. What happened? Did you pull something?
I slipped on the hill and fell right on the rock.
Is it bad?
Nah, I toughed it out.
With Mike, I give it up to him because he's stuck it out for 3-4 years now. Takes him a while to learn things, but I give him credit because he was the only one that stuck around. So he's been to Japan, he's been on tour, and I haven't given up on him. The Aussie boys, Tim, Mitch, and Seb, you know, they started the intake late because of COVID, but they jumped straight into it. I know these guys have competed a lot in the Australia independent scene, but now they're training for the pros. They have a lot of heart, but I need to see where they're mentally at and if they can stay strong for the remaining weeks. This is when the legs are shaking and you need to give somebody a slam. What goes through their minds on the 7th and 8th laps is probably where they need to be. Right in their head, talking to themselves, pushing themselves to take that next step. And that's all there really is. It's just you and your head and what is in front of you. Let's go, T. Almost there.
Hi, cześć, masz.
Would you rather do this or the tire?
I'd rather do the tyre. I'd rather do the fucking tyre. Come on, Sebastian, you're almost there, brother. Keep pushing.
Is that it? How many got left?
One more. Make some noise, teams!
I hope these guys have learned what it takes to try and motivate yourself. Because at the end of the day, it's really up to you. You can have the outside influences of people yelling at you or people trying to motivate you. At the end of the day, it's just you.
Rich! Almost there, brother!
What went through your mind when you finished your first round? What made you keep going?
You? My mum. Positive thinking.
Great answers. You're here for a reason. Why are you here? Use that. Doesn't matter what we throw at you, that's your freaking mindset. Mom, if I can do 20 days, Mom, easy. You know, whatever you guys are going through right now, I went through it too. I've been there, I've done it. If I'm gonna tell you guys to do it, rest assured I've done it. All that cleaning the toilets every morning, I've done all that shit. I've done the mistakes, I've done this. And you guys gotta realize that. We're doing this to help you guys, okay? Okay?
Hey!
Look, this camera crew, they do a great job. See, I'm already pretty handsome, but they get that handsome and they just multiply it by about 5 times. I'm Mr. Charismatic, I'm the wrestler, I'm fast, I'm strong, I'm fit. I'm a machine gun, baby. I shoot all across the room. Look at this, I got the girls, I got the rock and roll. Guys wanna be me, girls wanna get with me. I'm future world champ, baby, check it out. Yeah, a little promo.
The guy that has gotten the most on my nerves is Will. Will has a problem with switching on. I've seen him switched on, and he's impressed me. And I've seen a lot of wrestlers like that. I've seen a lot of athletes like that. Once in a while, they snap, and then you're like, where's this guy? And that's the guy I want to see.
What was it like growing up in Hawke's Bay?
Oh, it's good. It's pretty mellow. Like, it's pretty small town vibes. A lot of good friends I'm still good friends with to this day. But there's not a lot to do there. People end up just doing drinking and doing drugs and stuff. Hawke's Bay's getting a lot bigger now as a city, but opportunities-wise, just not feeling it, eh? Yeah. The first time I watched professional wrestling was we fiddled around on the TV, and so we picked up the Sky Channel. It was Sting versus the NWO, and I just remember thinking it was pretty cool. I didn't really understand what was going on, but I just thought it was so crazy and awesome. It was always a big dream, but like, I didn't really know how about going about it. I didn't know anyone who was a wrestler. But for me, it was just that feeling like when you've got the crowd in your hands and they're feeding off your energy and you're feeding off their energy, and it just give, take. It's this little rush that you get.
We're here at Piha Beach, one of the most dangerous beaches in New Zealand. We have the most deaths here every year for drownings. But the scenery is beautiful, and we have the sand dunes. Just working on some of the cardio. It's Saturday, so every Saturday we do something different. We go to a different place. You know, it's not like Japan. Japan, you're expected to do everything over and over and over. But as foreigners, you know, it's hard for foreigners to do what the Japanese do. So I have to figure out ways of keeping their minds stimulated at the same time train really hard. So. Back row.
It's one thing that Fale-san mentioned to me He just says it very simply, is find a way. It's just find a way. No excuses, not just only in wrestling, but just in life. When life gets hard and difficult, which it does, like, that's life, you just have to find a way.
With AJ, I see a lot more confidence in him. I do understand for him, he came in not, wanting to be a wrestler, but he understands now that he can thrive in other areas of the wrestling business. For somebody that early to figure it out that way, in wrestling, you don't just have wrestlers. In Japan, everybody has a job. You have the bus drivers, you have the ring crew, the referees. Everybody works hard. And if you don't do your job, the whole show falls to bits.
I just think from where I've come, body-wise and fitness-wise and strength-wise, but for me, I still do find it hard. There's a few of the exercises at bottom of the pack and I struggle with, but you just keep on going and you find a way.
Right there. Small roll, small roll. Move!
It was pretty hard, like especially the first few weeks. Like, it was really hard conditioning, thousands of squats. Then you get to know everyone and you kind of become part of the family here, really. Like, people outside of the dojo are like, oh, isn't that like a bit hard with so many guys living in the house? But it's actually been really good. Like, just some more energies to bounce off. Like, if you're feeling a bit like not quite 100, there's always someone there to have a laugh with or have a chat and a yarn with.
Let's go!
Step on those feet, AJ. Come on, AJ. Up on your feet.
Come on, AJ. Let's go. Let's go.
Go on your knees.
Oh.
There we go.
Oh. Come on. Partner up.
Hey.
Find somebody similar weight.
Well, life has nearly killed me, and my mind has put me on the edge.
Hold him up, Will. Don't drop him. You drop him, you're gonna break his neck.
Life has nearly killed me, and my mind has put me on the edge. Though I can barely
That's 1-0.
I've got
I'll sacrifice everything and anything to get to New Japan. I've already sacrificed a lot. Like, why would I stop now?
darkness nearly drowned me. The sunlight low, don't it burn my eyes.
Pushing, don't do it. That's it.
Darkness nearly drowned me, and the sunlight low, don't it burn my eyes. This valley is much too
Come on, Will.
Hurry up, no one's gonna wait for you.
very high.
That's it. Come on, Will.
Get up! There you go, all the way! All the way! Move it!
It's the same end goal I had when I came in here start of September last year, which is to become IWGP World Heavyweight Champion. That hasn't changed, that won't change. If it takes a little longer than I expected, so be it. No ifs or buts, I'll find a way.